was all your fault! You controlled me and manipulated me and turned me into this!
Baby, put down the gun, sweetheart, okay?
Don't mean that.
Get out of my house!
We'll talk later.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I have a question for you. Have you ever had a relationship that was so toxic you couldn't even breathe? Yeah, I found some cartoon relationships just like your past, and if you want to know what happens when toxic personalities collide, stay with me, because that's when more bastards are born.
Sweetheart! Piece of shit!
Cartman and Heidi from South Park. Yeah, these kids are in a relationship and it's just a whole mess. I mean, come on, they're just kids, right? But man, Cartman's the guy who doesn't know what love is. Dude is too busy loving himself to even think about anyone else. We all know that, right? And Heidi, she's just a little toy he's playing with. She's always there to hype him up, but Cartman's too much of a narcissist freak to give anything back. She wants a normal relationship where they're both equal, but that's impossible with Cartman because he's got zero capacity for that.
Each other's feelings, that's the only—
Heidi, silence!
What did you say? That's what I'm talking about. You want to be heard, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah, right, I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize if you don't mean it.
Okay, kid.
1 second, Cartman's acting like he can't stand Heidi. Then the next minute, he's threatening to off himself if she leaves. What the f***? He's just using her as a crutch, but at the same time, he can't stand her because she's not feeding into his delusions of magnificence. It's all about him needing Heidi around, but also hating her for being someone he can't control. Obviously, she has a brain, and Cartman doesn't. And guess what else he does to her?
Eric, I'm sorry. I'm breaking up with you.
Honey, don't be ridiculous.
I've been ridiculous. I have to learn to stop feeling sorry.
He fat shames her, her head, turns her into a mini version of himself, and isolates her from everyone else. Quite abusive, no? And it's just like, it's not your fault, while ruining her life. It's diabolical, dude.
Just one night, babe. Stan is having a viewing party, honey.
So then why can't I come?
Turns and Philip is a dad's not thing, baby.
My head! Hey! What the hell are you all doing? Watching Heidi get her bitch ass kicked?
Well, let's not forget, Cartman used to care about social justice for exactly 5 minutes. He saw Heidi as a real person and, for a second, seemed like he was changing. But nah, once he realized Heidi was actually smart and had her own thoughts, he was like, nah, f*** it. He went back to being the trash human being we all know and love. So now he's stuck in this horrible relationship where he's too scared to let her go, but also can't stand her for being her own person. It's gross, right? You should know. And if you don't, like and subscribe to my channel because the next couple will make you understand that love is nothing but just a myth in the cartoon world.
I loosen my tongue.
You want to talk? Go ahead, Luann, talk. I want you to tell him one of your little bedtime stories, huh? Like the one about how rotten it is to be married to a loser.
Kirk and Luann from The Simpsons. These two are the perfect example of a bitchy old couple. Honestly, rewatching their whole dynamic is wild because the older I get, the more I see just how much being a complete jerk is celebrated in these characters. And Luann? Ugh, she's a piece of work. Ain't no redemption arc for this woman, just a nasty, vile human being to her core who doesn't deserve a damn thing. Trust me on this. So, in one episode, Kirk's late to a party, cracks a joke about her taking too long to do her makeup, but Luann loses her mind. Instead of laughing it off, she flips and starts making her own jabs about him being unmanly just out of nowhere. I mean, bitch, sit down. Then, during Pictionary, she's all mad that Kirk is being too aggressive over her inability to guess stuff. Look, girl, if you suck at it, just admit it. Don't start throwing shade at your husband who's just like you.
You want to talk nervous? You should have seen Kirk deal with the high school boys who egged our Bonneville.
Should have asked him to hurl some bacon. Then maybe I could have had a decent breakfast for once.
Then Luann pulls a full gaslighting move on him, blaming his inability to manage her dad's company for why it tanked. First of all, how many cracker companies do you need in one town, sis? And secondly, your pops hired him, didn't train him, and just watched him fail. But nah, let's just blame Kirk for all your family problems because why not, right? That's all you do in the relationship.
You got the kids singing. I hope you're happy now.
I am not happy, and I haven't been happy for a long time. I want a divorce.
But then, it gets worse. She calls for a divorce right there, like she's trying to hurt him more. She steals the car and leaves him stranded, and then when it's time to kick him out, she does it in the pettiest way possible, packing his shit and singing while she burns it. Damn, Luann, were you raised by a pack of wolves?
God, I missed you, Lulu.
Chase, it's only been 3 hours.
Who's Chase?
Oh, that's Mom's new boy.
And then just to rub salt in the wound, Kirk gets fired from her dad's company not because of performance, but because Luann's "I'm done with him" and probably pressured her pops to fire him. The icing on the cake, she's already dating some new dude within days of the divorce because she clearly didn't give a flying about Kirk. And surprise, surprise, she cheats on the new guy with his best friend later. That's some slut we haven't seen in a while. Let's not even talk about the whole alimony thing where she just wants him to pay up even though he can't afford shit. And then blackmails him to let her take their son across the country. Bitch, for real? She's a total emotional vampire, sucking all the life out of Kirk just for fun. She's not even doing it for money or affection. She's just a bully for the hell of it. This woman just loves to watch people burn. Likewise, Luann.
Why did you keep it?
I used it to take care of Damien Darkblood, but maybe part of me wanted you to find it too.
After 20 years together, I deserve it.
So OMN Man and Debbie Grayson, ever heard about them? Well, don't go to their faces because there's nothing outside but inside. OMN Man's whole vibe is toxic masculinity turned up to 11. He's living the red pill dream, a wife who's always there for him, a kid who's obsessed with him, and superpowers that make him a god amongst men. Dude has all the freedom, no responsibilities, and a whole planet to wreck if he wants. But this isn't some superhero fantasy, no. This is the life of a dude who has everything but nothing. He has all the cash in the world, but still can't buy a single ounce of happiness or love, so he just goes around acting like a detached, power-hungry prick.
Isn't yours to conquer.
Now, in Season 2, the plot thickens. OMN Man finds a new family on a planet of people who live like 1 Earth year, and these people are living life fast forward. But somehow, even though he knows they're gonna age and die faster than a TikTok trend, he gets all emotionally attached to them. He starts to feel something for real. Positive freedom, you know? He's like, maybe having a family isn't so bad. Boy, go home and take care of your own family first. And guess what? He decides he wants to connect with these people, instead of just ruling over them as one evil dictator.
Mark 2. Everything will be fine.
Trust you? How could I possibly trust you now?
Because you know me.
There's a lot of things I thought I knew about you.
He gets all of that negative freedom as well as this idea of doing whatever the hell you want without caring about anything, and that isn't even enough for him. So he flips the script and chooses the pain of connection over the cold comfort of being a loner with all the power. He realized that true strength isn't about being a stone-cold badass, it's about opening yourself up, risking the pain of loss to experience the joy of love. It's growth, baby. The growth of becoming a total bastard in a marriage and relationship. So what do you think? Which one of these is the most toxic relationship, or is there one of your own? Do let us know your views in the comments below, and if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and bell icon. Thanks for watching!